Your ass up, cause it's time to go beast mode.
Hey bodybuilding fans, John Bossy here at the 2016 NGA Western States. I'm here with Jo Lawrence. She just won the pro division in figure, and this is actually the first year the show has offered pro divisions. Being kind of a local reporter here, I've seen Jo compete as an amateur and then get her pro card and as a professional. One of those things where you kind of like know the name, but you haven't actually got a chance to catch up and chat with them. And we were chatting a moment before the interview, and you said you've actually changed a lot of things over time. A lot of years have passed, and different kinds of preps. So maybe tell us a little bit about what you thought was key to this prep.
Just being more with my macros, being right on the dime with it. In past years I have, but not as intense as this year.
Gotcha. So you mentioned macros. There's a lot of people, they have, it's the clean eating camp or the if it fits your macros camp or different camps.
Carbs, protein, fats, just making sure those were dialed in for my body.
Very cool. Is that a process you do by yourself, or do you work with a coach?
I do it myself.
Okay.
Yep. So, and it's been, I'm a trainer as well, so I have the idea of what needs to be done, and then the workouts. I mean, I think working out with my husband, where he pushes me more, helps a ton.
Awesome.
So.
Very cool. So with your diet program, I'm assuming maybe at the beginning did you use a coach, and then over time you realized you should try things on your own, or talk us through that transition?
In the beginning I did work as a coach because I wasn't very confident, and so having him just kind of hold my hand along the way helped me a ton. And I just learned and found out what my body needs and took it from there.
Very cool. So to maybe other aspiring competitors out there, or people that have done a couple of shows with a coach, what do you think is kind of like that point where you're able to tell, like, hey, I know enough, or I could do this on my own now, or I might even do it better on my own?
I say get a few shows under your belt, try different things and see what works for your body.
Gotcha. Very cool. So you mentioned, if you don't mind me saying your age, that you're 46 now. Obviously in excellent condition for that age. But you mentioned having to make adjustments over time according to age. What's different now versus maybe say 7 or 8 years ago?
I think when you're younger, it's easier to lean out quicker, versus when you get older and hormones take place. I think it just is more challenging. So the younger people have it easier, in my mind, but. It's been a good change for me.
Do you also find like a different look to your physique? You'll often hear people also say like there's like this muscle maturity effect. We don't know what it is, but the older physique tends to look just denser and harder. Do you find that's been the case with you?
I don't know. It takes me a lot to build up my muscle, because where I'm taller, it's hard to get the bigger, bulkier look, and so I just have to rely on more of my presence, I think. But just working out hard and kicking butt in the gym every time I can helps me a ton.
Awesome. So you mentioned your presence. I'm assuming you're talking about just your overall walk and the stage presence and stuff.
Yes.
What are your, tips to people how to maximize that?
If you are not comfortable in your skin, this is an important part of the figure competitions, is your walk, your look, everything. It's a pageantry. And so people want to see that look. Not fast, not timid, but confidence. Confidence is the key word.
Very cool. So would you say that maybe when you first started competing you didn't have that confidence, or should they practice in front of people, or how should they get ready for the stage?
In the beginning I had no confidence. I would speed across the stage like I was trying to hurry up, but working with a coach and having them slow me down and doing what I need to do to what looks good for me is a major player. So if you can get a coach in the beginning, I would say get a coach.
Very cool. You also mentioned being a taller competitor. Maybe any tips for the taller girls out there, either how to build up lagging body parts or how to just kind of display in a way that kind of puts you in better competitive space with the shorter girls?
Yes, as a taller competitor, working on building mass is huge. Of course, nutrition plays a big role in that. So if you can work on doing that, your presence, of course, is a huge thing. Trying to flare yourself to make it look like you're big. And just the illusion of it helps.
Very cool. So you mentioned you might have shows coming up in this fall. Anything that you'd like to talk about, or just kind of going to play it by ear for now?
I'm going to play it by ear right now. My husband and I are going to go on a long New Zealand trip, and so I want to have fun with that and then look at what we're going to do when we get back.
Very cool. So you spurred one last final question. What do you do when you go to New Zealand? Trips like that, people often say like, oh, I'm going to fall off the wagon, whether it be diet or training. How do you stay on track?
Oh no, I'm staying on track. I like the way my body looks and how it functions. It's easy for me because I've been doing this for a while. It's a lifestyle. And that's what you got to look at it. It's not a one-time thing, but it's a lifestyle change.
So maybe a typical day here, I mean, a typical week here, how many times would you train versus there? Same amount of times, or?
I'm going to be training. I love the gym, so I will be living in the gym. So I already researched where the gyms are there.
Awesome.
So
it's all about preparation, being ready for that trip and knowing where things are at.
correct.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time, Joe. We'll look for you maybe on the stage in the fall. Until next time, Inside Natural Bodybuilding, we're out.